Welcome to UberNoob. I'm your host Center. This is Strum von Stahl Season 9, Week 1, and this will be the first game that I'm playing from that series. And yeah, I think this is my first LE game. It's Norse vs. Human, and it feels good to be back. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Alright, just a quick rundown. This team, the human team, was 2150 or something like that, and this team was 1860. So there's a little bit of room for inducements and stuff. Let's just do who is setting up right now. Alright, humans are kicking, so they're setting up. Let's take a quick look at the... Wow, okay, so this is an absolute killer. Pretty awesome. You should look for him to be doing a lot of damage. I don't agree with guard and piling on the same character, but I mean, it's just... I mean, when you have this many skills, you're level 6, you're gonna end up with some skills that maybe don't mesh really well. Norse do need guard as much as they can get, but even so, piling on and jump up work really well together. That's what else we got. Oh, these are new in 6th edition. They're pretty awesome. They're kind of unreliable due to their. I mean, they have frenzy, they're high strength, but they don't have block to start with. But after a couple skills, these things become monsters. They're kind of your heavy-hitting, unreliable guys because they are the only people on the team that don't start with block, except for snow trolls. Do they have a snow troll? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Anyway, let's see here. +1 agility and tackle. I mean, it's tough to pass up an agility, but at the same time, I'm not really sure what this guy's going to be doing. Just regular thrower, kicker. All right. Dirty player. Just good. Block. Yes. This is too many skills on a dirty player. Norse, one of their biggest strengths is the fact that they can afford to just sit there and foul all they want. But I mean, this guy is like 90 grand or something. No, he's 110 grand. He's pretty expensive to be fouling. You pretty much want to stomp on things that are more expensive than you, and it's not impossible to find things that are more expensive, but it's pretty difficult. Fend is a good player to have on a dirty player, though, especially with agility 3, because then they can't... it creates separation, so that way you can get into position to actually run around and do stuff. Crap, and now he's moving them all around. What is this guy? Loner. Alright, so that's apparently where he used some of his inducement money. A loner is okay. He's not quite as good as a bribe, but he will do in a pinch. Let's see, Mighty Blow. Well, I mean, arguably he's better than a bribe. He's only, I think 80 grand. That's not too bad. Let's see what he have. Okay, and then he had this werewolf, which was just brand new apparently. And we've seen that guy. Oh, this is cool. Sidestep, dodge, block, dauntless, diving, tackle. I mean, this is a pretty good player moving along. All right, let's take a quick look at the human team before we get started. Kind of a ball hawk here. He's got a lot of good skills here. Yeah, guard and sidestep, I mean, that's epic. Okay, now if you ever get +1 agility on a blitzer, always take it, because this guy, oh man, he's got dodge as well. Yeah, this character is just a beast. It opens up so many options for human players. When you have that agility 4, and he has guard, yeah, he has guard, and he has fend. He's a great cage corner, and it opens up so many options. He can be a backup ball handler, he can be a receiver, and if you have him as a cage corner, you can just hand him the ball when things get a little too dicey, and he just runs away with it. It's this is a guy to look out for. He's a game-changing character right here. This is an absolute killer, but that armor 6, I mean, that is tough to hold on to. I'd probably drop him for something a little bit better. Just real quick, the Norse, they have set up on this side. They're obviously planning to push this direction with all the strength over here. Humans, though, they're fast enough to move into position. Let's start over here. Let's see, Mighty Blow. This is pretty standard. He's your frenzy player. It's always good to have a player with frenzy. Piling on makes him a little bit more potent. Stand firm and piling on, or stand firm and frenzy though. And Mighty Blow. I don't know. I prefer. I don't know. I like fend. That way you can kind of position frenzy a little bit better because it requires a lot of frenzy. This guy have pro? What happened there? Why did that take so long? I don't know. Let's see what else we got. Dauntless, kick, and block. That's kind of an odd combination. I don't know why you would ever want that. Hold on. Okay, that guy's okay. He's just a useless lineman. Naked lineman. He's probably not even going to apothecary it. 3 naked linemen. Oh, wow. Block, pro, +1 strength. Break, tackle, guard. This is like awesome. Next skill, if he gets there, should definitely be stand firm. I mean, that's just, this guy's sick. Absolutely sick. And did the humans just lose another player? I missed it. Where'd they go? Whoop. Holy crap, yeah. So the humans are getting the crap kicked out of them in a moment. Luckily it's just naked linemen, nothing big. Oh, okay, so real quick, don't do that. Apparently part of the inducement. I wish I could see what they had in inducements. But the Norse player just, he's up 2 players already, and then he just drops the wizard over here for, I mean, that's kind of silly. I would save it for a time when you really need it, like when the humans cage up, or, you know, like if he's stalling on the end zone, like you can lightning bolt him. It's just, it's something that the player had to keep in the back of his mind for the rest of the game, except for now he doesn't. He knows exactly what happened. Alright, anyway, back to searching at this. This character right here is kind of odd. I don't know why you want dauntless and kick and block on a player. Like, I go kick and block on my kicker. Or kick and wrestle, actually. Although maybe I should start doing block. Because, I mean, you want to keep your kicker alive. Block keeps him alive and keeps him off the ground so they can't get fouled. Fend is also useful. Tackle. I mean, kick is useful, and then block. And anything beyond that, like human linemen, don't really require a whole lot. Wow, this is an excellent player as well. He's got leader. I mean, it just grabs you a cheap reroll. Accurate and strong arm make it to where you can throw, you know, long passes pretty easily. And then, oh, look at that, humans fighting back. And then fend and block, they make it to where he can be a running back as well. So like he can hold on to the ball. If he gets hit, you know, there's a good chance that he'll still be standing and maybe even holding the other guy, the opponent back. I usually go sidestep before dauntless, but I mean, this kind of makes up for his lack of strength. I mean, strength 3 is pretty easy to catch up to, so he's not quite as weak as he used to be. It can make it to where he's always a threat on the ball because he's so fast and he's got dauntless. Still though, I think sidestep kind of plays his role a little bit better. Fend as well. Okay, so, golly. Man, humans are just getting torn up. But they did strike back. Smash collarbone. I don't think it was apothecaried. He is just a brand new werewolf, although he did complete a pass. So there you go. Alright, so looking at the setup here, Norse, as I said, they're obviously going this direction. You can see he's got a nice little wall right here. This is going to be real easy. He's just going to drop this guy into this pocket. He might pass it to somebody. I don't know why he would. But he could just hold on to it. Where's a runner? Generally, I don't really go for throwers as much on my Norse team. I generally just have a runner with sure hands. I mean, the movement 7 is awesome. But the pass access is not really that important because you have block on everybody already. You don't need so many rerolls. I feel like I'm talking really fast. Sorry. So anyway, yeah, this is his line of beeps, and he is just gonna dump this guy over here. The Norse have already used a reroll. Sorry, I missed that reroll. But yeah, now that I've pointed out, I think pretty much everybody. Gosh, yeah, the humans just losing players left and right. There's a lot of mighty blow on the other team, and there's piling on. You don't even have to use piling on. But yeah. The Norse are in an excellent position right now. Basically what they need to do is they just need to keep extending this this shield, I guess this wall of Norse, until it comes over here and this guy can get over here. This is exactly what you want to see on offense. This is perfect. Really the only thing he's got to worry about is this monstrosity right here. Because I mean he can barrel in and he can tie up, you know, several players at once. If he gets this guy onto the ball, which is not impossible considering he has break tackle and strength 6. You know, Norse players really gotta. That was a poor reroll. He tried to dodge away here. Didn't get the dodge. Probably should just let him fall because I picked this guy up first. But yeah, you really need to be conserving rerolls. You know, it's only turn 3. He only has 1 left. That was, I don't know. Maybe he'll be more conservative with his very last one, but that was not a necessary dodge. Especially since you're up so many people. Like you're up 3 people at the moment. You should probably just take that and take your man down. Alright, so here we go. Human player starting to try to swing back. Yeah, the armor 6 guy is out. That's too bad. See, this is why you don't want armor 6. He probably got fouled, or well, no, he had to get fouled because he got burned up by the fireball. Probably this guy that came and stomped on him. Okay, so the human player, he really needs to start moving this direction. He has a lot of players over here that are very vulnerable to getting stomped on. There's so many players right here. The Norse player can kind of take its time. It's only turn 3. He could start pulling people like this guy just to like right about here, and start crunching these guys. Although it kind of leaves these people up to dry. But really, he needs to be moving his ogre over here. He needs to be moving his players over here. We didn't look at his sideline, did we? That block, tackle, accurate, dump off. Like, what is this? I don't get it. He's armor 7. The human team when I was looking at him, yeah, he's already moving up. Maybe a little too far, but that's okay. There's no reason not to, I guess. The human team was like 2150 or something team value. Like it wasn't really high, but it was a little high. And I think this is somebody you could cut. Maybe he's low on tackle. I don't know. I don't know why you want an armor 7 guy with dump off on your team. I wonder if dump off was a misclick, or if he has some grand scheme for this character. I don't know if this is. Maybe he uses this as like a, kind of like a quote-unquote trick. You know, he's got the agility 4 guy out there, and so he just like dumps off to the agility 4 guy who then runs off with it. I don't know though. I don't like that kind of play. I like to keep my ball carrier safe. You can catch people by surprise if it works, but that's kind of a big if. What have we got here? And just another naked lineman. Okay. Did we miss anybody over here? Kick. No, I think we already looked at these guys. Dirty player. Walk. Okay. So as you see, the Norse player is really just taking advantage of being up so many players right now. I don't know why he still hasn't moved his ogre. Maybe he's just been beating up bad guys. Or Norse players. Call them bad guys, but they're just bad guys to him. So yeah. Human player just needs to start moving this direction. You might be able to save this guy. I don't know. I mean, this is the Norse player has a great a good idea here of just trying to get rid of this guy because he is he's kind of a cornerstone player. And as much of a cornerstone player as he is, I don't know that I would be giving up the ball so soon in order to. Because, like, I mean, he needs to be moving over here towards the ball. He needs to be putting pressure on the ball. If you give chase, like, you know, you could force them to score earlier. I mean, you're humans, you got a movement 8 guy, you can score in 2 turns. If you absolutely have to. But you need to be putting pressure on the ball. And this is, since he's down so many players, really this is what he's gonna have to do, like he's gonna have to use this character in order to add pressure or put pressure on the ball. It is kind of a scary idea of just leaving him out there by himself, but at the same time I think that's really your only option. Bringing the catcher back here with Dauntless is a good idea. He's movement 8, so he can still get over here and maybe get a 1-die block against this guy at some point, but right now it's kind of dangerous. I just noticed that I missed another reroll by the Norse player. I hope it wasn't a pointless reroll. I mean, it's only turn 4, you're going to need rerolls. I mean, a bad turnover could make the difference in this game. Because like what can happen is the human player could like get somebody in kind of, you know, the correct range, and then there's a bad turnover, and suddenly that one player you weren't really worried about can come back and really mess everything up for you. So anyway, Norse player, he really needs to get out of range of this thing. I don't know how far can he move. Yeah, I mean he's at the point now where he can get that catcher over there. So I guess that is why he has Dauntless over sidestep. That's kind of the capacity he uses him for, maybe. It's good though to put this character right here. He could have also put him one over, like right here, and then it would have been like the catcher would have to run around. He's coming over here trying to get off the dirty player, I guess. I don't know. He's pushing it away from the ball. That's good. I think at this point, though, the human player, what it seems like is just that his players are. He's given up on the ball, and he's just trying to protect his players as best he can. He doesn't want him getting chewed up too badly before his turn on offense. But, I mean, if you look now, like, this is a really good position to actually start putting pressure on the ball again. He can roll around, I guess he's not going to, but it could have been, he could roll around over here. These two would get up, this guy would start moving this direction, and this guy with +1 agility dodge would come over and kind of screen off that whole area. Like, if you look, like, this guy could be somewhere over here, this guy would be, like, right here. These guys would be standing, and so the ogre would be free to, like, next turn move into position to actually start to hit the ball carrier. I don't know that I would have used my blitz right here, but I mean, I guess what else are you going to use it on? Oh, is this the... I just wanted to make sure that wasn't the diving tackler, because that would explain why. Oh, that sucks. Snake eyes. Still. You probably should have stood these guys up first. This is strength 4. Yeah, he was strength 5. But yeah, if you had these two guys standing, and then this guy was about right here, the ogre would have been in really good position to like, at least attempt to move towards these people and put pressure on the ball. But now what needs to happen is the Norse player needs to tie up this guy. He has break tackle, so what he needs to do is he needs to put a guy like right in front of him, right next to him. He needs to make it to where this ogre has to dodge twice in order to get over there, because that's ridiculously unreliable. Yep, there he goes. Perfect. I mean, yes, you're putting an armor 7 guy up. Well, I mean, and something to keep in mind too, you don't actually have to touch base to base. You can also put him, like, if you look, like, if you put him right here, you have to look that all these squares are now covered by tackle zones. And so, if you had him right here, the ogre still couldn't just, like, walk by. He'd have to go around and, well, I guess this way at least. Like, yes, you're putting armor 7 on him, but he's less inclined to even get closer. So, that's good. Moving this guy up those extra couple spaces keeps him out of go for it range too. So, I mean, this is all good. This is all gravy. Norse player, he needs to well, he's still pretty safe. I'd probably roll this guy around. These guys can't get there even with the, well, this guy could technically get there with 2 go for it's. But if he rolled this guy around, and if he'd brought this werewolf over here, he could have walked up this guy, kept him from getting over there. But I mean, to be fair, he is tying up 3 people right now. That's all good. So yeah. But this guy's not doing anything. I don't know, maybe he just stomped on somebody. I missed it. Sorry. Let's look at the team now. 3 and 4. Wow, okay, so the humans really close the gap here in terms of players off the pitch. So yeah, that's good. Where's the agility 4 blitzer? Oh wow. So yeah, I would say his 2 biggest playmakers are still in the game. That's a really big deal. I think the Norse player at this point is focusing a little too much on dealing damage and not quite enough on protecting the ball. I feel like he needs to move this thrower somewhere else. Like if you move this thrower 1 over, I think it would protect him a little. Well, no, because this. I guess he's got a block. I don't know. This guy could still get there, I guess. Where was the turnover? Tecker down. It was down here. It was a 1-die block against the naked lineman. Yeah, that's kind of rough. That's a good KO. So now they're both even in terms of players on the pitch. Humans have really turned this around. The Norse player may be a little late now. He probably should have scored last turn. Because, I mean, oh, here it comes. Yep. Now, it looks like, holy crap, you know, he just made that dodge. But, I mean, that's a 2+. He's strength 6 and he has break tackle. Dodging into there is a 2+. And he's got pro. But really, I mean, this is exactly what he needs to be doing. But he probably should have come and put this tackle zone on the ball carrier beforehand. And he probably should have put the ball carrier right, or the this guy, if he moved him 1 over, like this. I mean, this guy's not fast enough, and this guy's laying on the ground. But what you don't want to have happening is this little box right here, because then, if he could get a guy to hit from this diagonal, it would be an easy chain push into this end zone. Just something to keep in mind. I guess, I mean, if he actually checked and made sure this wasn't like a jump up player or something dumb, it's all good. So now the Norse player is actually in kind of a tight spot. He's got an ogre sitting on his ball carrier. There it is. Well, that sucks. So let that be a lesson. Don't play around on the end zone line if there's a shot that, you know, there's going to be a strength 6 ogre sitting on you. Because that will suck. Well, so now the human player is just going to go ahead and take his hits. He may even attempt a foul. I know he had somebody that had the potential. Oh, no. It's a naked lineman. He's probably not even going to apothecary it. I mean, as Norse, as any team basically that is armor 7, you have to expect casualties. And when those casualties are on turn 8 at the end of the half, you know, and it's on a no-name character, just go ahead and let him go. Alright, so halftime. Sweet. What have we got? Harrow. Yeah, I gotta say the Norse cheerleaders are probably hotter than the human cheerleaders, which is kind of weird. Maybe it's the beer. Alright, next. Alright, so he's got 2 out, but he had 2 on the sideline. It looks like both teams are going to be playing with full rosters, which is pretty cool. Is that correct? He's got 3 out. Yeah, okay, cool. Excellent. It's going to be second string, but it is that all round, so. It's just too bad you got to play with this guy. I mean, I haven't really been looking, but just maybe he doesn't have enough tackle. That's the only reason he's keeping him around. Because, I mean, armor 7 sucks, but, like, if you need tackle, it's because you're up against, like, people that aren't too bashy. And so you can kind of get away with armor 7 and tackle. But, yeah, that's kind of what it's looking like. He just doesn't have... Oh, this guy's got tackle. That guy does 2. Dead guy does not have tackle. No, okay. So, yeah, it's one of his 2 tacklers. So, or one of his 3, I guess. So that's why he's got him around. Still, it is just an odd skill set. It doesn't seem like they complement each other very well at all. Because, I mean, dump off is purely... It's not even defensive, but it is only used on the defense. Oh, here we go. Norse defense is kind of odd. I don't know why you want him this far back. I know you can be worried about the long bomb and the catcher in the backfield, but really you've got runners. Runners, right? They didn't all get knocked out, did they? It's a possibility. Well, maybe. Oh no, here we go. I mean, they're only strength 2, so if you keep just a runner or 2 in the backfield, you should be able to run down any catchers that run back there. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, he's got useless linemen on here. Fend is kind of a cool thing to have on your Norse linemen, if they're actually going to be on the line. Block and fend is a good combination at 70 grand. You can't hardly beat that. Or strength 3 is decent. Human player. See, this is why. Now he's got 3 possible ball handlers back here. It's a little overkill. You could probably, well, you can definitely get away with 2, because like sometimes you do get hit with a rock, so you should always keep your options open. Always have 2 players in the backfield. But 3 is just a little much. The human player didn't really. He kind of overloaded this side, so maybe he's coming over here. But he's got the ogre over here. I mean, he's got his 2 free. I call them free blitzers because they're not locked up on the line of scrimmage. But they're on this side, and so it kind of looks like he's coming this direction. This guy got knocked out too, taking away from strength on this side even more. So you should probably look for him to be moving this general direction eventually. What he needs to do though is he does need to keep his options open. That's kind of important as humans. But obviously, yeah, all of his strengths over here is coming this way. He could probably move this lineman up though. I mean, there's no reason not to. If he pushes them up, like he can, humans are fast enough, especially when they're only in the midfield, to switch to this side if he absolutely has to. The ball's still back here, so he still has that option. Yes, and he's bringing this guy back. So see, if he had, like say, this guy right here, the Norse player then either has to commit people to him, which are going to be worth more than 50,000, because all the people left still have skills, right? Except this guy. Excuse me. But yeah, if he pulls this character up, it would create like a very light pocket, but most of his strength is still over here. And so it gives him options, because like I said, the Norse player then has to worry about both fronts still, whereas right now it's kind of just leaning towards this. Yeah, he ran over, picked up the ball. I mean, this character, that's all he does is throw the ball, it looks like. I don't know why. Like I said, this character is just odd. Anyway, yes. So yeah, so he's got the ball midfield. If he bumps this guy up, he'll have, like I said, a nice pocket to just kind of like flip over into if he has to. This side is still strong. He's got 2 free blitzers and a dauntless blocking kicker over here. Yes. Anyway. Next. Alright. So now we'll see what the... Oh, he didn't move this guy up. I mean, I guess he's still in a good position. He's not advanced, but he does make it to where you can't just... this is the same pocket, it's just a little bit further back. It's not as far advanced. But you see there's 2 spaces between here. And so nobody can just like they can't put a guy over here to like kind of threaten this area. I don't know, there's so much like right here. I just don't like that he's not doing anything really. Because even if he wasn't here, I mean the North still isn't going to run all the way down here. I mean he's all the way back here. Anyway, Norse player setting up pretty good. There's some pretty good pillars here. Alright, now I was saying earlier, like there's a lot of strength over here. It seems odd that you'd put one of your pillars over here instead of over here. And also, I want to point out too, if this guy was up a couple spaces like right here, that would have disrupted this whole thing. So, yeah. I mean, it would have pushed back this entire like column of pillars like several spaces, if he wanted them all, in the same area. Crunch. The kicker. Do the Norse have 2 kickers? Is that what I've seen? No, they don't. But he just let his kicker get kicked in the face, apparently. Okay. So the human player, it looks like he's just going to try to barrel up the middle. It's a little optimistic, I think. Norse are... I mean, they have a couple strength 4 guys. I don't know why they don't have their ice troll. It must be hurt this game. Although this is the first week of the season, so I don't know exactly how that works. I guess they keep injuries from season to season. I don't know if there's a way to undo it. But, I mean, you don't need an ice troll, I guess, to run a successful Norse team. But I don't see how it would hurt in this situation. I mean, they never lose their tackle zones. They have disturbing presence, which is really cool. And I think they have claws. But if I remember correctly, they're like the only big guy that doesn't have Mighty Blow. Still, I mean, it's just something that you're going to get anyways. I mean, most of the time you kind of run out of... Who was that? Nope, damn it. Let's see here. Oh wow, yeah, that was a good foul. He traded a 50 grand lineman. It was just a naked lineman for that. Oh, that is the ultimate like foul. That is what you're always looking for when you foul. Okay, so anyway, the only problem with that though is he didn't really advance his cage too far. I mean, long term though, I mean that's a great move. You got rid of a really dangerous player. You gave up, and I mean you've still got your cage. So now what you're seeing is the Norse player is now putting tackle zones on the ball carrier, and yeah, this is the dive and tackle guy. So let's see. Ah, yes. Okay, so this is what I was saying earlier. I'm always excited when stuff like that works out. But yeah, you want one of your cage corners to always be your plus agility guy with guard and fend, because I mean he's just an excellent cage corner. He'll keep them off your ball carrier. He's got the guard to keep it to make it to where your cage is strong, and then on top of that he's the option play. Like you can just hand the ball off to him. Now I know you need to foul a lot, but running over here to foul this guy was a mistake. It was ridiculous. Like I know you want to foul as much as you can as Norse, but at the same time you shouldn't hurt the integrity of your defensive line. He needed this guy over here. If you look now, this is what's going to happen. He's going to push this guy out of the way. He's probably going to blitz over here and knock this guy over. And then he's just going to hand the ball off to this guy, and there's going to, like, all the humans are just going to be over here, And, well, if that guy hadn't gotten knocked out, if this guy was over here where he needed to be, and this guy was still here, where he is right now, I mean, you have 3 guys over here, which is a lot better than what you have right now. And it would be a lot more disruptive than having him over here kicking this guy on the ground. But yeah, while he did make that perfect play, don't ruin that perfect play by running him next to another player that could knock you over next turn. I mean, it worked out, but try not to use your ball carrier as an assist, because sometimes that could come back and bite you in the ass. Maybe that's why he's got a dump off player. Maybe he's kind of used to that. Like, he will run over, set up an assist, and then if it doesn't work out, he'll take the hit, but he'll just hand the ball off to this guy. So the Norse player is in a lot of trouble now. He's way behind the ball. Gosh, I guess it doesn't matter if this guy was over here. It wouldn't have been such a big deal. But if those other 2 guys hadn't gotten knocked out the same round, he would have had at least some presence on that half of the field. But yeah, this was not optimal. So yeah, now the human player, he's in perfect position. He's just gonna start. He's probably just gonna take off with this ball carrier. He's as fast as anybody on the Norse team, and faster than most. And then the humans can just roll around and create like an entire barrier in midfield. I mean, this should be an easy win unless he sits on the goal line for too long or doesn't set up his cage really well. Pretty much for the entire game, like, he's been gunning for this catcher. I don't know why. I mean, catchers are, yes, they're armor 7, but at the same time they're not doing, like, especially when they're trapped kind of like that, they're not doing a whole lot. Really, he needs to be pulling his players over here. He needs to be trying to get into position to stop, like, this forming. Like, what's going to happen is this guy's going to come, like, right here, these are going to come over here, and it's going to create, like, an entire thing. If he had these guys up here, it would stop the, like, it would have to kind of shield more like this, which is a little bit more defensive. Well, I guess that's all defensive, but my point is, if he had brought all these characters up here, well, as much as he could, his cage would have had to come with him, really, and it would have been more of like less open ground for this guy to just walk into the end zone with. But yeah, it looks like the Norse player is just giving up the ghost and is now just trying to pound this guy into the dirt. He's a good player, but honestly, I don't know. This particular blitzer is not my favorite blitzer of the human team right now. I think I like the other 2 better. Yeah, this guy. Although we didn't see him do anything. Strip ball is one of those things that seems like such a good skill, but I've never actually had it work for me yet. I guess it's more of a scare tactic. He has sidestep though, so I mean he can end up like just slipping into a cage. Well, that sucks. He has a +1 movement, but then he's only movement 7. I wish it would show the minus movement like that you've gotten over the course of playing this game, or just minus stats, I guess is a better way of saying it. But yeah, he needs to. Yeah. So I guess he just kind of strolls up to a cage and sits on the corner and hopes that he can just slide in there. And he's got guard too, which is good to have on a sidestepper. But yeah. They're being a lot more conservative with their rerolls this game, which is good, because last time the Norse player just kind of blew through all of them. So yeah, they're just exchanging blows now. There's really no threat to the humans' offense at this point. The Norse player, this guy's got dodge. What he needs to do, ooh, he just took the broken ribs. That could be a big deal, like not this game, but next game, not having this particular player. I don't know what he'll be up against, but if it's up against a bash team, like you might kind of rely on that sidestepping guy to like slip into the cage and then get up next turn and do his thing. Or even against like agility teams, like it's not as big a deal because they're usually not on offense as long, but still it could suck to be missing, you know, a guard player. So yeah, ooh, I missed something big, but this guy being out of the way, this runner could actually get into position to put pressure on the ball the very next turn if, for some reason, where did this player go? Was he the one that was ejected? No. Well, I mean, this guy had a chance. He could have dodged and gotten up here. But now, next turn, well, I don't know if he's moved yet. I assume he has. No, okay. So I assume that these guys are going to... You should probably come over here and block off these players first, because you don't want any pressure on your ball when you're this far ahead. Always make your free movements to block, or to defend your ball carrier, always make those first. Don't rely on stuff like this working, because it won't always. I mean, those double skulls do come up, and then if this guy can come right here, like, yes, you can pull guys over, but you're gonna, like, if you want to win, for sure, I mean, it's better just to go ahead and defend. Alright, so I'm going to speed this up because nothing is happening. Yeah, they're just now trying to murder each other's players, which is always fun. Bonk. And yeah, it looks like the Norse player is just giving up, unless his very next turn he does. He needs, if he wants to chance to, like, yeah, and now it's over. Derp, says the ogre. I mean, he could still do it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, like he could get all the way up here with a couple go for it's. I mean, why not? Now that this guy's out of it, or yeah, he could blitz away. Oh, that was the wrong direction. I don't agree with just giving up on the ball like that. You're giving up on the game at this point. I mean, if you look at the first half, it was almost exactly the opposite, except the human player made the effort to, like, get over there and put pressure on the ball. And I think that that's ultimately what's going to end up winning in the game. There's a certain mentality, though, when you play Norse. I mean, it is kind of about, you know, beating up your opponent as much as possible. So yeah, that's pretty much the ball game. Speed up a little bit more. Boom. Crunch. Dead. Ooh, wait, stop. What was that? That was his diving tackle guy, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. That sucks. It's like, it's not exactly the last turn, but it's pretty much the last turn. And ooh. Okay, so while the Norse did lose, this game. It seems that maybe his mentality is kind of, tear up the other teams as much as possible, so that way when the finals come around, you can, or like late season, you can kind of, you'll be a lot further ahead. Although, really, I mean, he took a beating this game. But not, like next game though, the humans are going to have a really rough time. He's missing this star blitzer and his good thrower. Like, I mean, this is a really solid player. He doesn't have anything that's he doesn't have any doubles or any stats or anything like that, but he's just really solid. He has all the skills that you want on a thrower. Oh, I guess he does have a double. He has strong arms, but still, he is just a really solid player. Although, I mean, strong arm is good, but if you have the chance at a strength access, you may consider a guard. Because what'll happen sometimes is, they'll poke a hole in your cage and then be able to get tackle zones on you. And if your guy has guard, I mean, that's basically, adding one strength to anybody that's trying to push people off of your ball carrier. So that's something to really keep in mind if you have somebody that if you like to run the ball a lot. And there's the score. Yes, and there's the human cheerleader. Yeah, and so now the Norse player should just try to knock out the human player as much as possible. What time is it? Aha, it's almost time for pizza. That's what I've decided. Pizza. Haven't had pizza in forever. Okay, now on the last turn, what's going to happen is your opponent is going to do everything he can to hurt your players that you put on the line of scrimmage. And I was going to say, don't put your ogre on there, but looking at the other players, like, I wouldn't want these players on there either. Although, man, that strength 6 ogre, like, he is probably one of your stars. This is not one of your stars. I would put him on the line and hope that he gets hurt rather than putting my ogre on the line. But yeah, the human player, he really needs to cut some weight, some team value. And I think that this would be the perfect thing to cut. That would be the first thing. I would cut that, something else I'd cut to. Oh, that strengths, well, it's tough, I know. But armor 6 is like basically your, where'd he go? Oh, is he still in the game? I thought he got killed. Well, not actually killed, but, oh, maybe get knocked out. Anyway, he's kind of a liability at armor 6. He gets a really big target on the back, and he has a lot of team value tied up in armor 6. I don't like that. Like, you have to look at it, pretty much, like, if you look at the stats on it, like, the difference between armor 9 and armor 10 is about, well, I think it's exactly double, isn't it? Because you can roll 11 and 12 3 ways, and then 10, 11, and 12 6 ways. And it kind of, there's 10 ways to beat armor 8. And then armor 7, there's like 15 ways or something. And then armor 6 is just, it's like paper thin. Don't do it. I know it's tempting, but just get rid of them. Find someone else. Start building an actual superstar. I mean, this guy, he only has one double, which is not uncommon for somebody with 5 skills. I mean, just get somebody new. Although, again, I keep saying that, but this is one of his only 3 tacklers. So, and I think the other tackler got a smashed hip or something, or broken ribs. Yeah, so he won't be able to get rid of him next game, unless he's up against a bash team. But if he's up against an agility team, like maybe that could be a viable reason for keeping him around. But ultimately, that needs to be a character that's replaced eventually. So here we go to the end of match. Alright, what do we got here? Okay. Excellent. And then... Yes. Alright. And then, I don't know why, I always look at this page. And yeah. I will see you guys next time.